Welcome back, guys. Grab a cup, let's have a little talk. So, hopefully if you're watching this one, you have already seen the video that I previously did on the mirror safety gas mask, specifically the new C8. Great stuff, right? What I want to go over in this one, and I did this once before, but I feel like it needs to be reiterated and gone over again. So here we are. Why would you, as an armed, prepared citizen, want a gas mask, right? Well, personally, I can think of a lot of reasons. I have seen detractors, though, who say, well, if somebody decides to pop off some nerve gas, you're probably not going to have the mask with you. Well, no, you're right. Not only are you probably not going to have the mask with you, you probably won't have the required mop suit and boots and gloves and everything else to go with it that you'd need if somebody spontaneously popped off something like nerve gas or something. That's not what we're talking about. Again, it's that context thing that you guys hear me harping on like a broken record, and I make no apologies for it and will continue to harp on it. For an unprepared citizen, having a gas mask it's a contingency option, right? It doesn't have to be about thinking you're going to have it with you at work when somebody pops something off. It's about having it at home in case an event happens where you have time to utilize it. And I apologize for all the sniffing, but the allergies are going nuts right now. So think about this scenario. Somewhere within a few miles of your house, there's a set of train tracks. And a train carrying various chemicals derails. And suddenly, there is a huge chlorine gas cloud that is moving slowly in your direction. And you get the word that it's coming. You need to evacuate. Well, guess what? You pack up your stuff, you load up your car, you grab your mask, you put your filter in, you put it on, and you evacuate. That might be exactly what you need if you don't have a whole lot of time to get out of the area. That's just one potential scenario of many, right? A freaking semi-truck could catch on fire and have a wreck and catch on fire and be giving off a noxious cloud that's coming your way. There's no shortage, of hypotheticals of why you'd want to have a mask on hand. It doesn't have to be in the context of you're carrying it around on your side all the time, waiting for somebody to start doing this, right? And for those of you that don't know, that's the symbol for gas. If you're in the military and you saw somebody doing that, even if you couldn't hear what they were saying, if you saw this from a distance, you know that means gas, and it's time to rip this out and put it on. But that's not, most likely, not what's going to happen. It doesn't have to always be that kind of spontaneous situation. There's all kind of other reasons why you could want one of these around. If I lived within, well, I have one all the time anyway, but let's just say I lived within we'll be generous and say a 50 to 75 mile radius of Atlanta, Georgia, I would have one. Y'all know what's up in Atlanta, right? That'd be the CDC. I know they'll deny it, but there's a lot of scary stuff at the CDC. And if some of it should ever accidentally on purpose get out, you might want to have one of those. Because you see, not only for gases and stuff, but actual true biological threats where you don't want little nasties being inhaled into your lungs or getting in your mouth or eyes or nose or whatever. This and a proper filter is what it takes to stop it. This don't stop it. A piece of cloth don't stop it. Anyway, so there's all kind of reasons to have a good mask and filters on hand for you and your entire family. A couple of things that we do need to cover, because apparently, well, I know without a doubt there's going to be some absolute expert high horse know-it-all want to pop up in the comment section and try to spout off all and pontificate all eloquent about this like, I'm a complete idiot. So, I am not a smart man, but I do know a few things. So we're going to nip this little point in the bud real quick. This, no worky with this. You've got to have this right on that. It's got to be airtight. This don't let it be airtight. So, if you're like me and you've got this anywhere on here, I would keep a disposable razor or two with the mask and filters. Just put a pack of them wherever you store them at. Put a pack of disposable razors in there, because that lets you pop them open and just get after it real quick. Yes, I know dry shaving sucks. I've done it many times, but if I got to choose between taking 30 seconds to knock all this off so I can put that on and seal it up, that's what I'll do. Get you some cheap disposable razors, keep that with those, and be ready to prune things up as needed so that the mask gets a good seal. They don't seal with facial hair. So that's a simple, easy way of fixing that problem. And if you keep the mask and the filters all right there together, first thing you do, grab your razor, shave. Second thing you do, get your filter out, open it up, get it put into the mask, get it secured tight, put the mask on, clear it, seal it. In case you guys don't know, I'll go tell you that. And again, this is not expert advice at all. This is just simplicity's sake. So when you're utilizing the gas mask, what you have to do is you put it on, right? You get a good seal on it, and then wherever your filters are at, if you've got dual filters or just a single, if you only got a single, that's fine. You will take, and the very first thing you do is you blow all the air out of your lungs, right? What that's going to do is any gas or anything that's trapped in the mask when you put it on, it blows it out through the one-way exhalation valve. Then, before you breathe back in, you take your hand and you put it over the hole on the filter. Now the filter is going to be out here. There'll be a hole in the end of it. You put your hand over that hole to block the airflow, and then you try to breathe in. What that's going to do is it's going to suck the mask onto your face really tight. You pull your straps tight, and then you can breathe normally. Then it's all sealed to your face. That's a compressed version of how to don and clear and seal the mask. You can get a little bit more technically in-depth on it, but That's how you do it. You throw it on, and you're good. You want to get that good tight seal on your face, and after it's sucked in, make sure you tighten down all the straps and get it good and snug. It should be, you'll know it when you put your hand over the filter and you try to breathe in. If there's air coming in and you can breathe in, then it ain't sealed. As long as with your hand over it, it sucks to your face and you can't get no air in there, it's sealed. So easy peasy. With a little practice, you can get it down right. In fact, you can practice it without a filter even on there. Just put your hand over the hole where the filter will be at. You can practice doing the same thing. Seal it up to your face and then breathe normal. Not a big deal. So personally, I think as a armed prepared citizen, there's a number of reasons to have a good mask. I'm not going to sit here and try to list all of them because we'd be here all day. But don't think that it's because you're going to be walking around carrying it around on your hip and waiting for that. Chances are probably not. Might be a chance though that all of a sudden you get one of them fancy alerts on this here communication doodad, and it says hazardous cloud from train wreck in your area, seek shelter, evacuate the area, whatever. Oh, you know what, that maybe that's a good clue. Let me go get that. It's kind of like, oh, there's a fire in the kitchen, somebody grab the fire extinguisher. Psh. I mean, you get the idea? Hope so. Anyway, just a little conversation there on why I think it's a good idea to have these masks and be practical about, the potential reasons why you'd want one. And again, there's a lot of other potential reasons. We don't need to get into all of them here. We don't have time to anyway. So, check them out. If it's where you can put it in your preparedness plan, do it. As always, food, water, medicine, all that stuff is up there at the top of the list. Make sure you've got some of those bases covered, and then start looking into stuff like that and broaden your preparedness capabilities. Okay? Take care, guys. Stay safe. Keep getting ready. I'll see you in another one.